What's up, Jays fans? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, alongside host Nick Gosse. Finally back on the live stream grind. We've been gone for a little bit here. I've been very busy with everything going on in our lives, but want to bring you to a live stream here just to talk about the Jays' potential moves that could be coming up, about what they've done in the offseason so far, and just have a chill conversation with all you guys. So thanks for being here, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, rumors have picked up a little bit over the past, I'd say 2 to 3 days. It was quiet there for like 2 weeks, and then a little bit of, a lot of news dropped in the past few days. We have Scott Barlow. We have tons of other free agents that we'll discuss tonight and get your guys' opinion on who you think we should go for. And it'll be interesting. Maybe get the trade machine out depending on how things are going for Scott Barlow. Maybe a couple other players as well were brought up. Maybe discuss Matt Burns a little bit. And what's up, Owen? What's up, Limousine? Doc?
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up? How's it going? What are you guys up to?
What are you
guys up to on this Thursday night here?
Yeah, so Scott Barlow was the big name that came up in Jays land yesterday. And Peter, I guess I'll get your opinion on him a little bit and what it. I know we spoke on it a bit yesterday, but maybe another opinion after having a day to think about it. What would be the max you give up for Scott Barlow on to the Royals?
Probably a package centered around Elvis Martinez. I wouldn't trade anyone on the current major league roster that's going to play a vital role. So that takes away Zach Pop, takes away I guess the only guy that's really expendable on the roster right now is Cavan Biggio. Maybe Adam Simber, maybe Trevor Richards, but I would not get rid of Espinal for Barlow, but I'd go Elvis. I think Elvis package centered around him. I don't think his value might get much higher, so maybe go for Elvis there.
I agree. I think Elvis would make a lot of sense for both ways. We have a Legend. What's up, Legend? A member of the channel. Has a number one prospect been named yet? MLB Network's number one prospect. That I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if someone in the chat knows. We might be doing a review of it when it happens.
They
I don't
haven't
believe.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah. So not
they've
yet.
just done the top. They've just done the top 10 at each position. So outfield, third base, shortstop. They've done all the positions. I'm pretty sure, but they haven't done the full top 100. Baseball America has though, but you gotta pay. You gotta pay for that.
We might be doing a review of that maybe if once the offseason does that a bit more. Adam Brooks saying need a fifth starter. Yeah. White or Kikuchi can't start any games for us. I think I read something about it today. I think they're gonna start Kikuchi. I believe, I don't know who it was, but one of the Blue Jays guys said that it's between Kikuchi and Mitch White. They're gonna battle it out in spring training and at the start of the year. And I think Kikuchi is more than likely gonna start.
Mike Knowles over here. Hey, Nick and Peter, been watching a lot of your content recently. Thanks for all the work you put in. Great to finally catch the live stream. Have a good one. Thanks to you too. Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it. We're happy to be back on the live stream here. It's been a while. Our schedules haven't aligned, but I'm glad we're back at it today. It's going to be fun.
What's up, Maddox? Even with Cavan Biggio, you're trading him at his lowest point, which I don't agree with. That's a good point, but at the same time, it's like, is his value going to get any higher on the Blue Jays right now? Unless someone gets injured, probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Where does he play? Where does Cavan Biggio play? Because the big thing with him in the past couple of years is that he can play everywhere, but now you have so much depth at each position. Your fourth outfielder is probably Whit Merrifield, and your backup first baseman is Brandon Belt. Cavan Biggio always hung his hat on being a guy that gets an occasional start at second base, plays a little bit of outfield every now and then, and fills in at first base when Vladdy's no longer there. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to play enough to increase his value, so you might as well try to get someone that'll make your team significantly better right now.
And obviously, it's not that common in baseball, but sometimes I wonder, it's more common in basketball and other sports, but like, at what point does Cavan Biggio maybe want to change the scenery as well? Because he's not going to get much playing time. What's up, Lucas? How's it going? It's going good. Let's go Blue Jays. What's up, Morgan? Ryu also comes off of Tommy John midseason, and that's another option, though I don't think they rely on him or really. I think they're going to keep him out of the picture, and then if he makes his way into the picture, it would be an added luxury.
At this point, if you're saying no to Yusei Kikuchi and you're lobbying for Hyunjin Ryu, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how the Jays could rely on Ryu to come back and be what he was in LA or in his first year with the Toronto Blue Jays. Doesn't make sense there. I would much prefer see Kikuchi try to figure it out. The stuff is so much better.
Way higher ceiling, and he's younger. I'll die in this hill. Kikuchi redemption season coming, and we'll wait for the haters to jump on his bandwagon. It's very possible that he has like a 3.5 ERA next season. I don't know if he can figure it out. He could be such a good pitcher, like he was, at the first half of his year before we signed him. But he also used the sticky stuff. So
It's all about consistency, and if he can figure out the control, even if he takes a couple of miles an hour off, he's still going to be an effective pitcher because he's a lefty, and he's got a lot of movement on his pitches, but he's in his own head, and he had a couple of good starts last year with the Blue Jays, and then I don't know, just fell off a cliff as the season went along, and I don't know. I hope he can figure it out. I really hope he can.
sure, just fixing the audio there now, making sure it's all good. Rumblings about an Espinal trade. Merriweather or Merrifield, Merrifield to second base. It's a good question. I think the thing with Espinal is that he's much more valuable, obviously, than Kevin Biggio. She would kind of want to get something back of equal value, and I don't know if that's out there right now. I guess a Scott Barlow Espinal 1-for-1 trade is probably something the Royals would do. It's just a matter of whether the Jays would want to give him up for just one reliever.
Yeah, I don't even know if the Royals would want to do that, if I'm being honest. I think they want prospects in that deal because it's kind of a lateral move if you're going from Scott Barlow, who's a 30-year-old reliever, to then a 27-year-old Espinal who doesn't necessarily fit the timeline of the team. So I don't know if the Royals would want to do that either.
I would trade Espinal for a Scott Barlow and Dylan Coleman package. Dylan Coleman is another really good player as well. Though again, I don't think they do both for Espinal. Maybe Espinal and a Relvis for Dylan Coleman and Scott Barlow. That would be an interesting package. I wonder how that would shape up on the trade machine. Probably heavily favor the Royals.
Steven, come on, man. Give the guy a chance. Give him a chance. Come on now.
Would you trade Kasvich, Horwitz, and Biggio for Barlow? Probably, but I don't know. Just because we have so many prospects, but then the question. I also have another thing we'll go over some things I saw on Twitter as well about a Scott. Actually, I'll just do it now since we're talking about Scott Barlow. Some reporters came out, some inside stuff on Twitter, some guys who were saying some sources stuff who were pretty legit. Basically, they said that the Royals want Zach Pop in a package for Scott Barlow. Now, Peter, I texted you this late last night. I don't know if you got a chance to read about it. What are your thoughts on that, and what are the chat's thoughts on? Would you trade Zach Pop for Scott Barlow? I would not, but I'm just curious about what you.
No.
No, okay.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either because Zach Pop, and I mentioned it in the video today, he's going to be a lot more valuable this year considering the dimensions of the Rogers Center. His sinker is really good, and it has great tail to it. So he keeps the ball in the ballpark, keeps the ball on the ground, doesn't strike out too many guys. But I think Zach Pop is really going to emerge as a high leverage type guy this year for the Blue Jays, and I wouldn't do it.
I agree. Also, of note, he has like some of the best baseball savant peripherals out of any of the relievers, and he has options. So you can send him down freely, which honestly holds a lot of value, especially with how often bullpen arms get sent down. No from Traffic, no from Steven, no from Jeremy. Mantis to Bog, and good evening, gents. No chance to trade Zach Pop. I agree. I don't think there's any way that they trade Zach Pop.
It's overwhelming. Overwhelming, no.
Which is honestly a bit surprising.
And Owen, yes, I am big on the Zach Pop possibly being a starter train. I think he's got that in him. He's still very young. He doesn't have much mileage on his arm, and he came up as a starter, I believe, in the minor leagues. He didn't start too many games. He was quickly transitioned to the bullpen, but I definitely think he's got starter potential just because of his fluid delivery. It looks very effortless, and he's got a sinker which plays well for any starter.
Yeah, I believe he has another few years of control. He can be optioned, and he probably stays in the bullpen throughout his career, but again, it's a possibility there. And another thing with Pop.
Another 4 years. Another 4 years of control, by the way, Adam. Yeah.
Plus, obviously, so we traded Jordan Groshans for Bass and Pop. And that's looking like a phenomenal deal for the Blue Jays, especially if Zach Pop can turn into something. I think it's going to be a good deal.
Why isn't Zach Pop on the opening day? He is. Is
I
he
think
not?
I think right now I don't know. I've read something about that. I don't think he's on the
Well,
40 man right now,
he's
or
on
on
the
the
40. He's
or
not on the 40 man.
he's not on
That's no.
he's not on something. He's not on the opening day roster right now. I read that somewhere. That could be wrong. Someone can verify in the chat. I'm not too in.
Well, they better
The
get
reason
that
the
sorted
reason
out
it
there.
would be Owen is because he has options and a lot of players don't. That would be the reason right now. But he should start the season in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read
Yeah,
something about that.
I think they're just biding time
Yes,
until they could move Trevor Richards or Adam Simber, one of the two there.
I think Simber
And
has
maybe they might be
so
yeah,
much
maybe they
more
might
value
be
than
giving
Richards.
they might be giving Nate Pearson a shot too. Remains to be seen.
Simber, I feel like it's underrated a little bit. He pitched the most innings for us last year, 2.6 ERA. I don't know. Maybe some regression is on the way. But
He is good, but do you trust a guy throwing 86, 87 in high leverage? Because Simber was forced into those situations a lot last season, and I did not feel
I
confident
did
in
not
seeing him out
either.
there.
But at the same time, he did well in the situations. And with our bullpen now, you won't really need him to be in the super high leverage. You can kind of use him for when he's like good for against hitters that obviously hit into a lot of ground balls and things like that. And I don't know, he's an innings eater. Thoughts on a trade? So Sam Rober, Spencer Horwitz, and CJ Van Eyck for Barlow. Yeah, I like Roberts a lot
Yeah,
though.
I like Roberts a lot too. I think
But
I'm
you have to
pretty
give
high
up.
on him. Guy's got good stuff, but you got to give up something good to get something good. And the person I'd be hesitant to give up there is Horwitz. I think I think he's got really good potential from the left side, and it sucked to see him go. He might take over that Brandon Belt role in 2024.
Do you give Richards another chance? If we don't pick anyone else up, then like maybe they will, because he obviously has great strikeout. I think he had the highest strikeout rate of any of our bullpen guys because of his changeup. But it's you don't want him pitching high leverage at all, anyways.
No, no, I don't give him another chance. If I'm being honest, I rather let someone else try to take over that spot, like Nate Pearson, like Yosver Zulueta. The ceiling is just so much higher on both of those guys. I rather give them a shot before Simber, before Richards. Sorry.
The moves Atkins have made this offseason are all safe moves. Looks like he has a very short leash. There are no high impact players to bolster the team's success. Still a long way from the World Series. We can agree to disagree. I'd say the Varsho trade was the opposite of a safe move, if we're being honest. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I understand that a lot of people hate him, but I think he did great this offseason.
I think this was his best off season as the Jays GM. He did an unbelievable job and addressed every single need that had to be addressed. So I I don't know. We'll agree to disagree.
Opinions on Mitch White. I have some faith. He did good in the Los Angeles system, but he atrocious year last year, obviously for the Blue Jays. It was like that being said though, and the thing about Mitch White is the defense behind him was really really bad. Um,
Mm.
so if that obviously that's not the main reason he didn't pitch well, but it was really poor.
AJ Morash over here. How many years does Barlow have on his contract? He's got 2 more years left of control, so you'll be a free agent in 2025, which is good for the Blue Jays
By
if
August,
they go out and get him.
Manoah, Gosman, Bassett, Barrios, and Tiedemann. It's possible, though I don't know if
Maybe.
they rush him into a starting spot. Thank you, G-Man. Thank you. Go Astros.
Thanks, G-Man.
Not over here,
I
but
don't know about that.
I
I don't know
respect
about
it.
that, but they're a great team. I'll give you that. Should be the favorite in the AL, that's for sure.
He's 24 and A, coming off a major injury. Who are you talking about? Let me see.
CJ Van Eyck.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
He fell off a cliff. He was. I remember when he was pretty highly touted.
Thoughts on the outfielder we got from the Rockies?
Made a
So
video on it
Brenton
today.
Bernard. Yeah, we mentioned him in the video today. Um, well, it remains to be seen. I don't even know if he'll crack the big league roster, but guy's got speed. And I saw a video today of a double that he ripped down the line.
I saw.
His swing does not look great. So I don't
He got
know
speed.
about that, but guys got blazing speed.
Boris saying just got here. What is a potential move? So we covered it in today's video a bit as well. Jays are linked to Zach Britton, and there was obviously some smoke around Scott Barlow, but that's just a rumor so far. But Ken Rosenthal linked us to Zach Britton today. So I don't know if he was linked us today, but he linked us over the past few days to Zach Britton, and we made a video on it today, and we're kind of just discussing it now. Zach Britton could be, obviously we discussed it in today's video, but I feel like he would be such a good. You've been on this, you kind of wanted him the whole time since the offseason started, but I think it would just be a win-win. I don't know how much he'd be though. Let's get the estimates in the chat. How much do you think Zach Britton would cost given his poor year and then his injury-ridden season? Maybe like $4 million.
Rashid over here said, "Who's all the pitchers fighting for the fifth roster spot?" So, I mean, the best guess that I would have is probably just Yusei Kikuchi and Mitch White at this point. Not sure if they're trying anyone else out in that potential role.
Yeah,
Hard
those are
to
the
say
two.
now.
I think I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but there was a Jays reporter who basically said that. Or maybe it was Ross Atkins who said that on like Tim and Friends or something. That it's between Kikuchi and White as it stands right now. I think it may have been Shai Davidi. I think that's what it was on a podcast.
Yeah, and Limousine here, hot take if we get Barlow top 5 bullpen. Not far off. Definitely not far off.
No, I think I'd agree.
Maybe they don't have the same velocity of
Agreed.
those other top 5 bullpens there, but hey, it's never a bad thing to have guys that are just straight up pitchers and can control that strike zone and strike guys out. So
I mean,
I think they're in the running for that top 5 for sure if they get him.
If we get Barlow, we'd have Jimmy Garcia, Anthony Bass, Eric Swanson, Scott Barlow, Jordan Romano. So our 5th inning guy or 6th inning guy would be Jimmy Garcia, who had a phenomenal year last year and phenomenal peripherals. So
yeah. So yeah, you have all those guys that you mentioned over there are 7th or 8th inning type
exactly.
guys. And there's only one 7th inning and there's only one 8th inning. So the rest 3 out of the 5 that you mentioned over there are going to have to be middle relief pitchers.
Get moved down.
That's never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing.
I'd love to get Andrew Chafin for the pen. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't signed. Also, I'm surprised Robbie Grossman hasn't been signed, and I wonder if this is not like intel or anything like that. I saw it on Twitter today, and it had me thinking. I wonder if the Jays have an offer pending for Robbie Grossman, but he is like waiting to see if another team will give him more guaranteed playing time. I feel like that's what's taking so long. It's just a thought.
Is that that's what you think, Nick?
Yeah, there's no sources about this. I'm just curious. It's a possibility.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because he looks at the current outfield situation that the Jays have. You got Varsho, you got Kiermaier, you got Springer, Whit Merrifield, who's more than okay out there. But Robbie Grossman just mashes lefties, and he'll get to play every single day against them. So if he looks at that, then maybe it entices him to come here, but I don't know. You could be right.
Get rid of Biggio before he brings us down for head. Biggio hater. Is Thornton still with the Jays? If so, why? He is. That's a good question. I don't know if he
on the 40.
On the 40. Man, do you think Ryu will make an impact when he comes back? Who knows? Maybe a long relief guy? Possibility?
You think the Jays should get rid of Kikuchi? No. No, they can't at this point. I mean, you got to give him another shot just because of the amount of money that you invested in him. But I think you could only go up from how bad he was last season. And if you give him a shot, then he might impress some of you guys out there.
Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Daily Jays content. We're close to 6,100. We might actually have hit it soon. I think we're like 5 subs off, so make sure to hit the subscribe button.
It's so refreshing hearing positive feedback about the Jays and Atkins this offseason. Some commie guy on the walk-off just had a bad take after bad take. It was overkill. I'm for criticism, but damn. Well, yeah, we try to keep it positive on here. Nothing bad to say about the walk-off.
No, great. Check him out.
Great show. I love checking them out and watching what they got going on over there. So nothing bad to say about the walk-off, but honestly, we would be critical of the Jays if the offseason was not good.
And we were critical. We were critical before.
We were at the beginning.
Weeks. Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm super happy with the way it turned out, and I just can't wait for the season to start. I'm so excited. They pulled all the right strings, and the roster just is coming together so nicely, and can't wait.
All right, Peter. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna have you take over for a minute
Yeah, no
here.
problem. No
So you're
problem.
gonna
I
take over the
got you.
chat.
Hopefully it doesn't crash, man.
We should be
Hopefully it
good.
doesn't
I'll be back
crash.
in a minute here. Just gotta go do something really quick. I'll be back. Peter got you guys. No fancy
Cool.
animations
All
for a
right.
couple minutes, but I'll be back in a couple there. Just be you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'll take over here. It's weird not having Nick by my side. Don't really like being on my own here. It's kind of scary. Winton Bernard will be a stud from Owen. Why do you think that, Owen? He hasn't. He's had a very small sample size in the major leagues, only 40 at bats. I mean, the speed is there, but I'm not particularly sure if he'll even make the team. Zach Britton, I would take over Matt Moore and Will Smith, but I'm not sure if he is the same player he once was. He's not the same player he once was, but I've heard a lot of good things from around the league this offseason that his sinker is back to what it used to be. His velocity is getting up there as well, and he looks healthy. He hasn't been healthy in the past couple of seasons. So I'm excited to see what he can do, and hopefully the Jays take a flyer on him. Wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm rooting for y'all to come out on top in the East. G-Man, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I hope so as well. I hope the Jays can make a run and not disappoint us come playoff time, but it remains to be seen as well. It was very disappointing last year. I'm glad that the expectation is not as high as it used to be, and hopefully they can go out there and prove themselves as opposed to expect for it to be handed to them. That walk-off guy basically hated the whole offseason. I mean, all the interaction that I've had with walk-off and all that has been positive, so I can't really speak. Maybe I didn't see that, but yeah, I'm very happy with the way the offseason has gone for the Jays personally. Peter, did you know in AAA hit 333 with a 977 OPS in like 100 AAA games? Took him a lot to get there, but judging him for his age and experience isn't valid in this case. Well, I'm not judging the tools that he has, but I just don't think Winton Bernard has done enough at the major league level to maybe get more consideration over some other options out there on the free agent market. I think he can definitely get a shot, but you have one more roster spot pretty much, and I think that's better spent on someone that's got either more potential or more major league experience. That's just what I think. And AAA is a totally different game from totally different than the majors. You know, guys tear it up all the time in AAA, and then they get to the majors and they just can't figure it out. So it's time will tell on Winton Bernard. I hope he can figure it out. It's never a bad thing to have more options, but no, he's not. I don't know if we could bank on him being the guy either. Yeah, Winter Bernard. Okay, hit better than Kevin Biggio. I mean, but what has Kevin Biggio done in the majors to even warrant that comparison? So that's I don't think it's a valid comparison that we can make. Like his OPS in the majors in 40 at bats was under 600. I'm not hating on the guy. I just don't think we should hold our breath for Winton Bernard to be anything spectacular for the Jays. He didn't even take a walk in 40 at bats. So that's what I'm looking at.
We're back.
That's what I'm looking at, Owen.
I could
Yeah.
hear you through my AirPods, so I'm kind of here with. I kind of heard a bit of it. I heard a bit of it. We're back though. We're back. You held it down.
All right, cool. I did. Yeah, Owen is basically saying here that Winton Bernard is going to be a stud. You know, he popped off in AAA last year and in over 100 games. He had 333 with a 977 OPS, and he compared Biggio to Winton Bernard, which I don't think is a valid comparison. He basically said, "Oh, he hit better than Biggio ever did in AAA," and it's not really fair to say because Biggio hasn't done much at the major league level. So what makes you think that just because he hit in AAA, he can come up here and be that guy in the majors? It's a totally different ball game, Owen. Totally different.
It'll be interesting. I'm open to.
I'm open to it. Never a bad thing having all that
I
depth.
think there's a reason he's been in minors so long, though. That's what I will say.
Yeah,
Do you think Vladdy will struggle
yeah.
with no protection at 4? I think he has protection at 4. Enough protection. He'll have Versho or Kirk. He won't have Teo, though, which is probably what you're referring to there.
He'll be all right.
The
He's
Jays get
plenty.
Barlow, Grossman, and Reyes. They will win the division. I mean, I would be happy about that.
Eric is like one of the. Eric loves Kevin Biggio, and no hate to you, Eric. I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why you love Kevin Biggio so much. Well, what is it about him that makes you think he'll be in the 2 spot after a month? Questionable. Questionable.
How confident are you guys in Jimmy Garcia in high leverage situations? He made me very nervous many times last year. Yeah, that's fair. Though I don't think he's going to be in super high leverage next year, depending who we get. But I have faith in him. He had a great year, and he did make me nervous at times. But I think in general, he had a very good year and was looking like one of the better free agent contracts over the past couple of years.
Yeah, he did make me very nervous early in the season last year. But he had that stretch of games where he was just unhittable, and hey, I think he can do that same thing in a middle relief role because that's what they're going to be asking of him this season.
Biggio can steal bases. That's his best utilize as a pinch runner possible. Can't rely on Belt. What if he can't bounce back? He could be protection for Vlad as well, assuming he has
He had a 200 OBP with no hits, elite. Well, there's my point exactly, Eric. I don't know why you keep lobbying for the guy, but everyone's got that one favorite player that just has no business being their favorite player, and I respect it, Eric. Shout out to you, man. Shout out.
Hey guys, who are we talking about? We're talking about a bunch of players. We're going through them all. Scott
Yeah,
Barlow, Zach Britton,
so rapid
Kevin
fire right
Biggio.
now.
It's everywhere. I'm not trying to argue with you guys here. How often does a hitter hit that good in AAA who can't do anything at the major league level? It's a fair point. I think we lost Peter. Peter's frozen. We'll see if he comes back. In the meantime, I'll go to the solo cast here while we wait for Peter to return, just like he just did for me. Seeing as just about every guy the Jays have been linked to signs elsewhere, do you see Chad Pinder signing as a 4th outfielder? Chad Pinder would be a very interesting 4th outfielder for sure. I don't know, Chad Pinder, I feel like he's been linked to the Jays before, but it's never come to fruition. You think they should get rid of Kevin Biggio? I don't know if I like Kevin Biggio. It's just that I feel like we have a logjam at second base, and as a utility guy, especially with Brandon Belt now, the DH spot is kind of taken up. Not that Biggio would DH much anyways, but on off days there won't be. Zach Britton is a beast. He would be nice. I hated facing him in New York and Baltimore. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna text Peter here. Zach Britton is a beast because his average was 245 in July 3rd. His OBO was 3.38. Biggio, I think I saw a stat today. Like I'm gonna from May maybe to the September. Maybe it wasn't May. Maybe it was like August or something like that. He hit very solid, like a 750 OPS, something like that. Nick, is Neymar your favorite soccer player? I'm not huge into soccer, but I wouldn't say Neymar. Neymar is my favorite soccer player. Peter's Wi-Fi disconnected. We're waiting for him to join back. Hopefully you guys are good with just me here for a little bit. What's up, Sikander? How you doing? I want to see Biggio prosper. Is there a point where y'all would trade him for Barlow? Yeah, so we discussed that in I think yesterday's video as well as a bit early in the stream. But yeah, definitely, I think Biggio would be a cool fit. Get him somewhere else where he screams Kansas City player. I definitely would. I definitely would consider him in a trade for Barlow, especially because Barlow is elite. I agree. Biggio needs to show consistency or he's useless, but he isn't forcing it through the shift anymore. It's a great point as well. What do you think Manoah's year looks like? I'd say a 2.95 ERA. 2.95 ERA. Let me ask you all that question, actually. It's a great question by Matthew Poulin. What do you guys expect Manoah or predict Manoah's ERA to be in the upcoming season? Do you think he regresses a lot, or do you think he kind of stays what he had last year. What are your thoughts on that? May to mid-July, Biggio was good, but he sucked the rest of the time. Yeah, Eric, that's what it was. It was mid-July. May to mid-July. I think he had a decent end of the year, I think. I would trade Biggio for prospects. We're in win now mode, DJs. I don't know if they'd do that, but like maybe if the prospect fits the timeline. Is Kiermaier one of your favorite players? I love Kiermaier. Honestly, at 2.85 ERA, 3.30, Kiermaier grew on me a little bit. Kiermaier grew on me. 1.92, 2.25, 3.30. 3.30 is pretty realistic as well. I promise you, Biggio 360 OBP plus. Going back to his rookie year, Eric. Eric, if he, I hope he has a breakout year, so we can go on the live streams again and talk. And I'll say you're right. Make sure to hit the like button. I know Peter's not here right now. I think his Wi-Fi might be gone here, but we'll continue the solo one. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been unbelievable. Close to 6,100 subscribers. I don't know exactly how close we are. Someone maybe can let me know when we hit or if we hit 6,100 in the stream. Biggio would be so valuable as a bench player. It would be a shame to trade him. At the moment, we don't really owe him any at-bats. Yeah, and not only that, like we discussed earlier, like there's not many at-bats to give him, even if so maybe he wants a change of scenery. There's a chance that maybe, he wants one. AAA is so far away from the majors, and why do most major leaguers only hit incrementally better when they go down to AAA for rehab assignments? I don't know. The thing with what's up, Peter? The thing with with AAA is like there's a lot of players who only ever stay in AAA for their whole career. You consider them like they call them 4A players. Will be interesting to see how Witt does at regular at bats. He hits for amazing average, yeah, and with the walls being closed in a little bit, he could hit a lot more home runs, and I know he said that that he wants to hit a lot more home runs. So it's very, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Witt does. Yeah, is there any chance Jurickson Profar signs with Toronto? I feel like he's been linked with Toronto a good bit there, but he's never. I haven't heard about Jurickson in a while. He's a free agent, or we had to trade him? I believe he is a potential free agent, if I recall. I think Peter's back. Were you? Yeah, I can hear you. Did you type Unreal in the chat? Was that you? Biggio, Garcia, and Simber for Witt Jr. and Barlow. Have Witt play shortstop and Bo at second base. I don't know if there's no world where they give up Bobby Witt Jr. for Garcia, Simber, and Biggio. All right, Peter, I'm gonna put you back on the camera now. I don't think I have to move you too much. I'm not gonna mess with the screen sharing. We'll just ride.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why my Wi-Fi just cut out like that, but
it's the way
super weird.
He's back.
Super weird.
Been talking about maybe some Jurickson Profar stuff. Raul, trade Martinez and another prospect outside of the top 10 for Scott Barlow. Very realistic. Very, very realistic. Will be interesting to see how Witt does. I keep reading that. No, but that's a very good point. I think Witt's going to have a breakout year. Mantis saying most of the AAA players with great success do nothing in the majors. They are not comparable. It's a stepping stone. Some guys are just... Go ahead.
I mean, like you said, Nick, there is a reason why he was in the minors for 10 years. You don't just spend 10 seasons in the minors if you're bound for the major leagues. So it's how it is. And it might be a good pickup. He might contribute a little bit at the major league level, but to say he's going to be a stud for the Blue Jays, I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, and I hope you're right, and I hope we can be proved wrong.
I hope you're right too.
Interesting question, and I'm going to ask chat this, and I think I have my answer as well, but we're not going to give our answers until chat. Actually, I'm going to do a poll for this. Bichette for Gunnar Henderson. Who says no? Peter, don't say anything to influence the chat. I'm going to put
okay.
Bo Bichette for Gunnar Henderson. Straight up trade. What team says no? So pick the team you think declines the trade. Pick the team you think declines the trade, and then we'll give our opinion after. Pick the team you think declines the trade. The poll is live, and then we'll discuss a little bit about that. He's probably Dalton Pompey. Smooth. I spoke about that. I made that reference in today's video as well. A good best case scenario, he comes in pinch runs in the playoffs.
Limousine here saying, what is so good about Sam Roberts? Guy's just a pure pitcher. He doesn't throw extremely hard, but his slider is wipeout. And one of my buddies worked for the Vancouver Canadians over the summer, and he got to see him pitch quite a bit. And he told me he was one of the standouts, and he's got pinpoint control, just a solid pitcher, way mature, way more mature than he should be just at 21 years old. So hopefully he can pan out and or maybe get the Jays something valuable back in a trade.
Definitely. All right, the poll is going.
How long are you keeping it up for?
It's a little bit longer, and honestly, it's a really good question. And what we'll also do is we'll go to the trade evaluator, and we'll. It's about 50. You got this, Peter. Jimmy Miner. Gunnar Henderson from now, how he did last year, looks like he could have even more potential. I want Adley for Vladdy. We do not need another catcher, unfortunately. Hit the like button, boys. Come on. Yes. Daniel.
Would you not do that? Adley Rutschman for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
No, I don't think I would.
You wouldn't?
I mean, like, I don't think it makes sense for either team.
No.
I mean, like, I would like. I feel like Vladdy. Obviously, Adley's a catcher. Like in an isolated scenario, probably. But for the Blue Jays, like, we have Kirk and Jansen. So, like,
yeah, it's fair.
Throw Kirk in there. Yeah, Kirk and Vladdy for Adley. I would not do that. I'll tell you that for sure.
I honestly don't think the Orioles would even entertain that.
Probably not.
No.
But I don't think it makes sense for like either team though, because like.
No, but if the Orioles came to me with that trade, I'm doing it 1,000%.
Yeah,
and then I'm figuring out the catcher position.
I mean, the main thing
afterwards.
Adley has is, he's a catcher. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
He's such a good catcher.
He is. He's like top 3 right now in the MLB. But at the same time, Vladdy is he's a year away, like a year ago, I guess, was the best hitter in the MLB. So like, I don't know. I don't want to give up on him. Like, would you have done the deal following? If we take out last season, would you have done the deal? Like, no, maybe give up like an MVP caliber player for a potential MLB. Like, it's hard. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, let's end the poll. All right, well, Orioles, 51% said the Orioles. I thought it was going to be higher. I was thought it was going to be higher for the Orioles.
Wow.
However.
Yeah, me too.
However.
Me too.
I tend, or I guess we tend sometimes to, Vladdy has too much offensive upside to trade. And that's the thing. Like, Vladdy, you trade him to the Orioles, he hits 300. But let's get out the trade machine. Let's get off the Vladdy topic for a sec. Let's get out the trade machine to look at this. Peter's Wi-Fi may have just cut out again, so we're going to quickly go here. But we're going to get out the trade machine, and we're going to look for look at the trade, which we'll do right now in a second here. Or Peter maybe the Wi-Fi isn't gone. I'm not entirely sure. But, oh, I think he's back. So when you look at this, obviously we... Hold on, Peter. I think I'm going to have to like fix your audio, or I might have to leave the call. But we'll look at the value, and it actually has the Blue Jays on overpaying for Gunnar Henderson. And that, so, Gunnar has a lot more potential, you'd think, because of the defense, but it's such a tough question. Mike Nolis. Okay, hold on. Peter, they might not be able to they can probably hear you. I won't be able to hear those. You can speak and thanks, but I'm going to quickly give a thanks to Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Animations,
Mike,
where are we at? Super
Appreciate
Chat.
it.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for all the content, guys. Would love to see a stream of hot takes and random predictions for 2023. Best wishes from the UK. Good luck with the channel. Let's go, Blue Jays. Mike, we appreciate it. We'll add that to our list, and we'll definitely do a stream like that for you. Thanks again, Peter. Do you have anything to say? I can't hear you, but they'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, Mike, thanks, man. I appreciate you for that. 10 pounds, I believe. That's the currency in the UK. So thanks for that. Really appreciate it. We'll definitely have more of these live streams as the off season rolls along, especially during the season too. We're very excited for all the content that we could bring to each and every one of you, and it's just been an unbelievable ride so far. So thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I can read your lips a little bit there. They all heard you. Well, I'm gonna leave the call and rejoin and get the audio fixed there. But yeah, thanks again, Mike. I'll we really appreciate it, and thanks so much for the super chat. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We have daily Jays content, so it would mean the world. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Thanks for the content, guys. I'd say alcohol version maybe at best. So what are your guys' thoughts on the whole Bo for Gunnar Henderson trade? Peter, I think you're back. I think we're back in action here. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so the Bo thing is weird. It's all your opinion. I know you're gonna pick Gunnar Henderson, obviously, though. I think it's closer than I might think. Sometimes we undervalue Bo. Like if he turns into a good defender, a plus defender, probably one of the best. He is one of the best shortstops in the league.
Yeah, he is, but he's had 3+ years now in the Jays system or on the Jays roster, and he hasn't gotten better defensively. So, can we really hang our hats on him being that level or getting to an above average defender? I don't think so. So, Gunnar Henderson's the top prospect in baseball right now. I mean, he should be once it gets announced soon. So, that he should have more value than Bo Bichette.
Oh, and if I'm the Blue Jays, I'm easily doing Bo Bichette for Gunnar Henderson. Literally, we fix our arbitration problems with Bo, hand him over to the Orioles, so we get a star player longer without having to pay him in free agency. I agree. Definitely agree. Is there a legit chance Bo gets traded? I don't think so. Not until maybe next year, depending how this year goes and how the whole arbitration thing goes, how the relationship is between the two teams. Not enough in return. Bo's going to make $350 million in a contract, and we want to trade that for an unproven prospect pass. It's fair. Though,
I mean, he's not unproven. He's
done great in his time.
He was really, really good with the Orioles in a short amount of time there, and he's going to be so good.
I think it's once again a trade that kind of doesn't make a lot of sense for either. It probably makes sense for the Blue Jays in a certain way if they don't think they're going to re-sign Bo, which is it's a question right now. Who do you think the Blue Jays should target in free agency? Peter, I'll let you take over. Got to run it again for 2 seconds. It's a bit scuffed, but we're this will be the last time I got to go. But yeah, who do you think we're gonna get in free agency? You can answer that question. I'll be back. You guys got it. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks guys for sticking with us over here. It hasn't been easy, but I think probably either Matt Moore or Zach Britton or Alex Reyes. Those might be three of the guys that I'd go for. Robbie Grossman as well is one of them. Yeah, there's a ton of options out there that would make the Jays much better as a team. They just need a couple more pieces, and I think they're ready to go, and they're World Series contenders with just a couple of minor additions. So, yeah, I would probably go in order. I would go Matt Moore, then I'd go Zach Britton, then Alex Reyes for the bullpen, and in the outfield, Robbie Grossman would probably be the one guy that I would go after there. Who do you think the Blue Jays should target in the next free agency next year? Oh, that's tough. That's tough to think of. I don't know. I can't think that far ahead. I'm focused on the here and now.
My head is 24/7 just thinking about what the Jays are going to do next. Like right now. I'm not even remotely thinking about.
It all depends how the season plays out too. Like if they flame out in the playoffs again, then some drastic changes are going to be coming in the offseason. But if they have a great season, then I expect not much change. What about Chad Green? Says Limousine. He's going to miss the entire season. So you want someone that's going to help you out right now, and that's not Chad Green. Josh. Thank you, man. Hey, gents, love the content. What do you think of signing Britton? Britton would probably be second on my list behind Matt Moore right now. And we want to thank you for being a member as well, and for the $15. It's awesome. Thanks, guys, for all your generosity. It's been super cool.
Thank you so much, Josh. And yeah, like you said, for being a member. And if you want to know more about Britton, we made a video about him today as well. If you want to check that out, we had a bit more of an elaborate discussion on specifically him and the start of the stream as well. Thank you so much. Mantis saying we're happy to talk baseball. Don't worry about technical issues or washroom breaks. Nah, it ain't. It's just a busy day for me. But We wanted to get a stream out. That was the main thing today. We wanted to get a stream out. It's been too long. It's been too long. We're gonna be more
I agree.
consistent, and we're gonna hopefully. Also, I guess we'll say this now. We're gonna hopefully be going to the opening day on April 11th. So that's the plan right now, is to go to
Yeah.
opening day. So if any of you guys are going, let us know. We can meet you.
If everything works out, Nick and I are going to be going to opening day and probably game 2 the next day. So, opening day at home for the Blue Jays is against the Detroit Tigers. We're going to meet up there. It's going to be awesome. And like you said, if any of you are there, we'll probably go out for a couple of drinks after and just talk about the Blue Jays, talk about life. Should be very fun, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. So, thanks again. And if we weren't doing this, it probably wouldn't even be possible. Like we probably wouldn't feel inclined to go to opening day and make different type of content for you guys. But that is how it is right now. So
Or
we're gonna
also,
do
if
our
you're not
best
of
to try and
age,
get
if
there.
you're not of age to drink, just hang out, talk, meet at
Yeah,
the Rogers Center, all that good stuff. Um,
absolutely.
do we extend Matt Chapman? I think so. I truly believe we do. I truly believe lots of people. Jonas saying I'll see you there. Limousine saying I'll see you there. I know Owen and Ryan are also both going. Where do you guys usually sit? We'll let you guys know closer. Join the Discord as well and follow our Twitter. I'm gonna put our Twitter here because we'll probably be tweeting a lot when that's happening. 'Cause that's probably the easiest way. Jay's Dodge. I'm
Yeah.
gonna type it in really quick. Twitter.com/Jay. So yeah, we'll let you know the exact. Probably I think our goal right now is like maybe the 200 level, something like that.
It's hard to say. I mean, tickets are not cheap, obviously, for opening day. Wouldn't expect anything less. Stu, appreciate you, man.
Stu.
Great, consistent content, gents. Keep going. We appreciate you for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you that are in here.
Thank you so
And
much, Stu.
I'll answer your question a little bit more here, DJ's tube. Yeah, probably 200s or maybe even 100s. It all depends what we're feeling like that day. But I'll come wearing my homemade Biggio jersey.
Do it.
You do that, Eric. You do
Limousine.
that.
Join the in the description. There should be a link there to join the Digest Media Discord. It's very active. People there talking all the time. I tune in. I talk to you guys as well. I've been in there the past couple nights having some chats with some people. But yeah, join that if you want to do that. But yeah, again, we'll keep you updated on where we plan on sitting, and hopefully we can see if you're there for Gosman. Yeah, we'll be going to, if everything works out. If not, we'll let you know. But as of now, we should be good as long as as long as my semester doesn't get delayed, which I realized after might be a bit of a worry. But yeah, we'll be going. And game 1 and 2,
Yeah.
me and Peter, I'll probably be there the whole series. But
We'll know closer to the day. We'll know much closer to the day. It's hard to say now. It's something that we went out on a limb today and
perfectly.
said, hey, let's just go to opening day, and I'm down. I'm down if you're down, Nick.
Well, you might have our first. You guys might see our first live stream in the same room together, and first videos in the same room together, which would be.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
But yeah, let us know, and we'll. I don't know if you guys were asking about meeting us there, and we'd be more than down, even if it's just at the Rogers Center. And
keep in mind, though, it's gonna be it's a trip for the both of us. It's a vacation, so don't
still
hold
daily
it
videos
against
though.
us.
Still videos. We got
Yeah,
you videos.
it's still videos, but don't hold it against us if we're not in tip-top shape. Let's just put it that way.
Cool. Hope to see you guys at a couple games this summer as well. Yeah, no, I'll be going up again in the summer. I'm gonna be going to a lot of Jays games. I have family up in Toronto, so I'll be going there a lot. It's a bit easier for me than Peter. It's easier for me than it is for Peter because Peter has to pay for
I got
hotel.
I got some family up there as well. My girlfriend's family lives in Ajax, which is about 45 minutes away from downtown Toronto. So I'd probably be going to a couple of Jays games this year. And
We'll
I'm
try to line
excited.
them up.
I'm
Try to line
really,
them up.
really excited.
I got tickets by the bullpen. See you there. See you there, Jamie. We'll get to see, or Jeremy, sorry. And we'll get to see all the renovations in person, which is a big reason why, honestly, I want to go specifically. And opening day is going to be electric. Meet and greet, yes, Limousine. We'll definitely do a meet and greet if you guys want to do one. It's crazy we're even saying that, but yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah, it's pretty.
surreal.
Yeah, it's crazy to
Feels
think that we're going to a Jays game and people want to see us. That's beyond any.
Thank you again, Stu, by the way,
beyond my
for the
wildest
super chat. And everyone for the super
Yeah.
chats. Unbelievable. We have a membership as well, if you check that out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. No way, Peter, I'm an Ajax as well. Do you think the best case scenario for Winton Bernard is that he becomes a Donovan Solano situation where he becomes good late into his career. Yeah, I mean that's the best case scenario. I think the most realistic is that he pinch runner maybe pops up. I have the hotel on opening night. Maddox, are you going to be there as well? See, a lot of, I mean I assume so, but a
Man,
lot of Jays fans.
a lot of Jays fans out there.
We might be wearing some special clothing. That's what I'll say for now. Might have some merch happening for the game. Whitby here. Perfect.
That's not far from Ajax either.
Barlow curveball's been nasty. Have you seen it? Yeah, he's filthy. Unbelievable pitcher. Unbelievable, player obviously, and I would love to get him off the Orioles. Guys, answer a few more questions, then we'll wrap it up. I need to get some dinner. I got off my basketball game and just went straight onto the stream. Haven't even eaten, and it's 10 o'clock. So a few more questions. Stay alive for a little bit longer.
Dedication. That's what I call dedication.
Yes. Reynolds looking kind of cool.
We'll go with 4 more questions here. 4 more questions.
Reynolds looking kind of cool. We'll go till 10:15. Reynolds looking kind of cool. I like the non-uniform walls. Maybe some triples. I think it's going to be so interesting to see how everyone plays the outfield. And what do you? I know we've done this a few times since we're talking about opening day and being there. What do you think the opening day lineup's going to be? Obviously, Gosman pitching? No, Manoah's pitching.
No, Manoah. It's got to be Manoah.
KFC for dinner? No, I am getting it delivered though. I'm getting a sub.
Nice. Oh, now you make me hungry, dude.
Local place. But yeah, I think the opening day we have KFC. We have, what do we have? Springer right, Kiermaier center, Varsho left, Chapman, Bichette, Merrifield, Vlad, Kirk, pitcher. That's right.
All right, guys. No more food talk out there.
You're gonna get Peter
I'm starting
hungry.
to get hungry too.
No
more food talk.
Twisted. I never had
Let's talk about
Popeyes.
the Jays.
Never had Popeyes.
Popeyes is unreal.
I've never had it.
When we're in Toronto,
Newfoundland
you
problems.
got to give that a shot.
Oh, I want to try Taco Bell as well.
Shot.
I need Taco Bell. Do you think Zach Thompson could?
If you need Taco Bell.
Do you think Zach Thompson could turn into a Marco Estrada type player? It's possible. I don't know. I don't think Zach Thompson honestly has some potential. He had a great 2021.
Oh, yeah, that is another guy. That we're kind of overlooking. Maybe he does have a shot for that 5th starter spot.
Good point. Get the KFC. Luck Leaf. Welcome to the stream. KFC again. Peter's gonna get off and
come on now. Stop it.
Have you had Osmos? I've not. Buy your hot dog outside the dome. You can take your food inside. That'll probably be done. That'll definitely have to be done. I always get a hot dog when I go to the Rogers Center, and they're very expensive beverages and food.
What did we get started here? This is just mayhem right now.
What's up?
Everyone's talking about
Histo, I had Popeyes today. Love that. So good. Buy your hot dog outside the stadium. Any final questions about the Blue Jays before Peter gets too hungry and goes? Awesome show, guys. Cheers from Ottawa. Patrick, thank you for tuning in. It means the world. And the videos, they've been getting a lot of support recently. The daily videos. Haven't missed one in, I think we're over 110 days now. Something like that.
Yeah, shout out to you for keeping it going when I can't make it every now and then.
You've only missed like 2 though. So
yeah, 2, but still. I mean, the streak's dead if you don't keep it going.
Take 3 or 4 in.
And is there any way we could filter out like keywords in this chat here? I'm getting hungry. Filter out KFC, filter out food, Osmos.
Did you guys hear about the new food menu items? I have not. What are your favorite year of the Blue Jays? 2015 is my favorite year. I remember that very vividly. Sorry, Nick. Where are you from? I'm from Newfoundland. Maddox, Newfoundland. NL.
Who's going to make the roster as the 13th position player? That's the last question.
Isaac.
And we don't know. The truth is we don't know. It could be Winton Bernard. It could be Addison Barger.
Nathan Lukes.
It could be Arelvis Martinez. Nathan Lukes.
Spencer Horwitz. Yeah.
It could be any of those guys. It's hard to say. It all depends on spring training.
Yeah, and we'll have tons of videos breaking all that down. Spring training content's going to be, it's fast approaching, and we're going to have tons for you. Breakdowns on the games, breakdowns on what pitchers are performing well, what pitchers are doing well. Nick saying, found you guys in the day of the Russia trade, haven't missed a video since watching from New Brunswick. Nick, shout out to New Brunswick. Thank you so much for tuning in. Does pineapple belong on pizza, Dukes? We have a bunch of people I haven't seen.
No, it doesn't. It does not belong on pizza. We'll end on that.
I don't mind it. Jackie, we're about to end, but the move was Zach Britton. Ken Rosenthal tweeted about it. We did make a video on it today, so if you want to check that out, you can. Ken Rosenthal tweeted, Jay's interested in Zach Rosenthal. Zach Britton. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you again for all the support, all the donations today. It means the world. We'll have a video for you tomorrow, like usual, and go get yourself some food if you're hungry. I'm sure the chat's making you guys hungry, and
I'm gonna go get myself some
me
food
too.
too.
Mine's about to be delivered, and we'll see you guys. Well, another stream soon. Maybe it won't be this weekend, unfortunately. Super busy. Football's obviously on, so everyone's kind of locked into that. But I've like a lot of basketball this weekend, so I'm gonna be out for the count. But maybe Monday. Maybe Monday would be the potential stream then, or one of those days.
Yeah.